welcome and welcome back. I am really excited to be here today with another collection video for you guys. So today we're going to be going over my collection of Disney dolls. I categorize myself as a Disney fan, but specifically I'm really a Disney princess fan, and anything relating, Frozen, Moana, they're essentially Disney princesses, even if it's not official. So that is kind of my corner of Disney that I just love to pieces. Those are the kinds of dolls that I collect. I don't have as many as I do Monster High dolls, so this is going to be a little bit quicker than that video, but I do hope that you guys will still enjoy going through my collection with me, seeing what we've got, and we can discuss, who's your favorite doll, who's your favorite princess, all that fun stuff. So let's get started. So first off, we have Belle here. Really fast disclaimer, I have no idea what years these dolls are from. I know that Disney re-releases their classic collection of dolls pretty often, and they just kind of make little adjustments to the outfit or how they're doing certain things with the hair and that sort of deal. I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea what years these are from, so my apologies. I hope that you can forgive me. Regardless, here is my Belle doll. I like the design for her dress. I know recently the dresses and everything have gotten really sparkly, and I get that it's aimed at little girls. I am an adult collector, and for me, I prefer something closer to movie accurate as opposed to the obsessive sparkle. So she was a good option for me. I do wish her dress was a little poofier, but regardless, she's a good one. Her hair is actually really, really nice compared to some of the other dolls that they've released, so kudos for that one. Next up, we have the Beast. You're going to notice with these that I do kind of buy in pairs, so a princess and also her prince. With him, though, I have the Beast, not Prince Adam. Like, who's Prince Adam? What? The Beast is way more important in that movie. I know they're technically the same character, but I think that the general consensus amongst Disney fans is that the Beast is way better than Prince Adam. So I did opt for a Beast doll. I like this design better. If you know anything about Disney dolls, sometimes they've tried to make ones that can kind of transform from the Beast to Adam. Most of the time, I think that they just end up looking kind of weird because they have Adam's body with just like a beast head, whereas he has got, like the paws, the hunch to the back. So I think that this is a much better design, and I'd rather just have the Beast anyway. Next up, I have got Ariel. Ariel is my second favorite Disney princess. We'll get to my first in a minute here. But love the design for her. I liked the bra on this design, even though it is extremely sparkly. I know I just complained about that, but, I'll take what I can get. Her hair was very product-filled. I did wash her, so she's doing a little bit better in that regard. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of the tail, but I don't really like any of the Ariel tails for the classic dolls. I think that they do try to put the legs in, so the tail is like a fabric tail that you can remove. And it always just ends up looking a little bit strange for me. This one, again, was my favorite out of the ones that I had seen at the time of purchase, so this is what I went with. I love Ariel, so I'm pretty satisfied with the doll, kind of regardless of how her tail's looking. Of course, that means that I had to have Prince Eric. I think that a lot of Disney fans would agree he is kind of one of the dreamier princes. That's such a weird thing to say about a cartoon prince, but, it's fine. His doll, I think, is quite good for a male doll. A lot of the time, they kind of get shafted a little bit, and they don't have as detailed designs. I do wish his hair was actual hair, but I understand that short actual hair on a doll is very hard to maintain and kind of style in a proper way. So I can let that slide. His outfit looks pretty good. And, I couldn't let Ariel go without, the man she gave up her tail for. Then we have got Pocahontas here. Love her doll. Didn't adore the movie. I think as an adult looking back on it, it's not historically accurate for one thing, but also it's just not a period of time in history that I feel like should necessarily be romanticized. Maybe that's just me, but it's not a movie that I reach for or rewatch at all. That being said, Pocahontas was a lovely doll, and kind of taking aside from that, I did want to have her in my collection. I do like this specific rendition of her because of the kind of faux suede that's used for her dress. I think that especially with Pocahontas, that's a lot better than the over-glittered versions that I see a lot. She does have a little glitter, obviously, on her necklace, but again, compared to what it could be, very, very nice, so I'm satisfied with her. Next on the list, we have got Merida here. I know that a lot of people really don't enjoy the movie Brave. It's not perfect. I mean, most movies I feel aren't perfect. I actually liked it a lot more than I see other people online have liked it, so maybe I'm just crazy, but I did think it was a really cool movie. I like Merida as a character. I just think she's a really fun gal. I think that if she were real, we would be friends. It'd be good. So this is her design here. Especially for her, I was glad to get a version that wasn't all sparkled out. I actually had to get her online because the ones in store at the time of me wanting to purchase a version of her doll were all super sparkly, and that's the literal antithesis of what Merida would want. So had to go hunting for her, but it was well worth it. The cloak is like this really cool feeling different fabric, which I think is a lovely detail to add in. So very happy with her. I would love to redo her hair and give her some more of those like super tight curls. It would be a challenge for sure, but I think I might have to do that one day and just take her up even to the next notch. Okay, this is it. She's my favorite Disney princess. Rapunzel is just like perfect. Love her. The movie was fantastic. I really aggressively relate to her character in the movie, so that's probably why I like her so much. But she, I think, was the first Disney doll that I did buy just because I loved her and her movie so much. This one is a little bit more sparkly than some of my other girls, but I do think that the design maintains kind of the movie accuracy to the degree that I want it to. It's not super sparkly up here or anything, and frankly, I just had to have a Rapunzel doll. I was like, let's go. We're gonna go for it. So there we are. My Rapunzel. You can't be surprised that I got Flynn Rider. He's, you know, Rapunzel's dreamboat. Can I say that? I am a little disappointed with the doll. I think that the belt with the flap of fabric for a bag is a little weird. It's like kind of awkwardly placed, and obviously it's just a flap of fabric, which I don't love. But again, I wasn't going to buy Rapunzel and then not buy the iconic Flynn Rider, who is arguably the Disney prince with the most personality. So he was a must-have. I don't really care about his outfit flaws. He's perfect to me. Moving away from the classic Disney dolls, the rest of my collection is going to be these little Animator Minis. The Animator dolls are typical Disney characters, kind of aged down to toddler sort of age, and I think they're really cute, but the original dolls are baby doll size, and it's just too big for me. It takes up too much space, and I prefer smaller dolls anyway. So the Animator Minis are perfect. I get the design without the size, plus all of the precious props. So the first one here is going to be Tink with her little wings. I'm not a huge Tinkerbell fan. I've never seen any of her specific movies. I saw Peter Pan when I was a kid ages ago, and she was kind of rude in Peter Pan. But I did like her set. I like fairies in general, so was happy to grab her. This one is kind of a twofer, so we get Lilo as well as Stitch, which, of course, they're an iconic duo. You couldn't not have both. Lilo, being young in the movies, of course, didn't have to be aged down the same way as some of the other characters, so she looks pretty similar to her movie character. Still incredibly cute, though. And I love all the details in this line. You get the bag with the doll. The grass skirt has got, you know, like that plastic feel to it. Stitch can kind of bobble on his hips like he's dancing the hula. It's all super cute. It is quite hard to see her with her wild hair, but next up we've got Merida. If I pull that aside, a little easier to see her design here. Her hair is incredibly unruly, obviously, but it really fits how Merida would have been as a child. Unruly. Very hard to manage, I imagine. So, looks great. I love the little rocking horse Angus that you get. And of course, we have a little archery set. Very appropriate to her. I think this is a great design. Next up, we have got a baby Belle. This one's kind of hit or miss for me. On the one hand, I love that we have Chip and Mrs. Potts. On the other hand, did we really need this many sparkly animals? Like, I get it, but also it's kind of a lot for me. That being said, Belle herself is super cute in the blue dress from the movie. It looks so good, scaled down to kind of her toddler size. I think the design looks great on her, and her little bread basket is just so adorable. Next up is going to be a little Elsa. She is adorable. Obviously, they're all adorable. You're going to get sick of me saying that. I could be reading way too far into it, but I almost think she looks a little bit melancholy, which would definitely fit her character in the movie, you know, the first movie. But again, that could just be me being absolutely crazy. This set does have a very sparkly Olaf and a weird number of Olaf-centric accessories, but still quite cute. And of course, I have got Anna as well. It would be wild for me to have Elsa and not Anna, or vice versa. They obviously belong together. They had to both be in my collection. So here is a look at her. I think Anna is a quintessentially fun character, so I love that we have kind of the whimsy of the pigtails in her design. It fits very, very well. And of course, who can resist a little Sven? Once again, we are going to end on my favorite. So this set is not my favorite because of Jasmine. Sorry, hun. It's because of Raja. I am a self-admitted crazy cat lady, so this teensy, baby, sparkly tiger was not calling my name, it was screaming it at the top of his little lungs. I could not resist. That being said, Jasmine is also super cute. I think the outfit that they chose for her is really, really nice. I love the pattern to it. So I would have bought it just for Raja, but it's a bonus that I like the doll itself as well. And that is everything that I have for you guys today. Like I said, it is a much smaller collection than my Monster High collection is. I would love to get more Disney dolls in the future. The Animator Minis, I believe, are not being produced anymore, except for the Elsa and Anna. I've seen those on the Disney Store website quite frequently, but I never see any others. So I would love to get my hands on any that I can. And then for the Disney Classic dolls, I kind of feel like I need one of at least every princess and her respective prince. That's not even to get into the limited edition dolls that they make. They're so beautiful, but they're so expensive. And I do not have that kind of money, but it's a dream. Maybe one day we'll get there. So probably expect to see more Disney doll features in my videos in the future. But for this one, that's all. I hope you guys did like. Let me know in the comments how you feel, what's your favorite princess, your favorite doll, all of that good stuff. Subscribe if you do want to see more from me, and of course, most importantly, have a great rest of your day. Bye guys!